What's good, YouTube? This your man Spill Dog. You know, Brian Norman, man, that's the home. That's the homie, man. I like Brian Norman. I think he a good fighter. I think if he moved the right way, he could make a little noise at 147. And I like his father too. Honestly, for the most part, I do. I like Pops. I like what he's done with his son. I like how he try to promote his son. And they trying to do what they do. But I really don't like how he coming out after the fight, popping, saying what he's saying about Boots when they could have got about $1 million. I think 750,000, $1 million. I mean, some good money to fight a dude that you said your son to knock out. I mean, and I don't know nothing about nobody personal business, and I really don't care nothing about the money part. But he brings the money up. But my thing is this: from what I've seen in boxing, when you trying to get to that next tier and be seen as one of the top guys, you got to take that spot usually. And the opportunity was right there. They could have been the one in their fighting boots instead of dude. And I really wanted to see that fight. That might be part of why I'm a little irked by what he said. But I mean, they had to fight. And he's saying because it was in Philadelphia, this and that. But if you saying your son gonna knock him out, don't make no difference where it's at. Ain't gonna be no judges. You said he gonna knock Boots out. So why is you keep bringing up the fact that it's in Philadelphia? If the judges ain't gonna be doing no judging, what the hell difference do it make when y'all fight at? It's not making sense what he's saying. And like I said, that's the homie, so I don't want to go in too hard, but I really don't like them. I just felt a type of way on this one because it ain't Brian Norman for first of all the fighter. From what I see, he ain't said nothing other than he was willing to fight last time. Pops do all the negotiating. That ain't on the fighter. And if I'm confident my son can beat this dude, we gonna get about $1 million. Brian Norman is very young. He about 23, 24. I mean, he not a kid, but he's a young man, a very young man. It's going to be plenty of money to be made in this boy career. That one fight it's not like there's going to be no damn Mayweather Pacquiao or nothing like that. That's just a good, solid fight. You're not finna get rich, super rich off Boots. He ain't got that kind of name. Neither one of y'all trying to make it now. What Boots got is the position. He got the position and he got the IBF. And y'all could, if you, like you keep saying he'll knock him out. See, what he said just don't make no sense. You saying you gotta have certain this and this because he gonna be in Philadelphia. But you also said your son is gonna knock him out. So if he's going to knock him out, what difference do it make when you do that? The judges can't do nothing about that. He on his back. And I just feel like that's cap. Really. I feel like Boots is a terrible fight for his son. Just with the height, the reach. It's just certain things. I feel like, now don't get me wrong, it's a good fight. But I would favor Boots in that fight, if I'm being honest. I've seen Brian Norman, and I think he's a good rough and rugged. He kind of Sean Porterish a little bit to me. He a tough guy. Like I said, he's a good fighter. But Boots is a tough guy too. Boots is fast. He's strong. He big. He's tall. That would have been a very difficult fight for his son, and he know that. That's the part I don't like about it. If you know your son, if he ain't got the confidence that he say he do, if he did, they had that $1 million and Boots' belt wrapped around his son right now. I wanted to see that fight. I really did. I wanted to see that fight, but he was trying to make it. This is not Felix Trinidad, Oscar De La Hoya, no shit like that. You're trying to get there, and you're gonna have to win some of them kind of fights to do it. And you had the perfect fight from what you said on the table. If it's a dude that you ain't saying you can beat him, you saying y'all can knock this dude out. That's a hell of a statement to make. And you don't mean it. Because if you do, what damn difference do what city is in got to do with anything if y'all knocking folks out? Dude just and what was that? The in the lightweight in the lightweight division, 130 pound, the Mexican kid from Albuquerque. I'm trying to think of his name. He just took that belt from this boy this summer in August. Can't think of their name, but y'all probably know who I'm talking about. But he came to Albuquerque thinking he was gonna knock dude out and got knocked out. And I think if he'd have won the fight on points, I believe he would have won the fight. Bottom line is, when you knocking people out, don't make no difference where you fight at. Don't make no difference. Ain't gonna be you taking it out the judge's hands, which is what I always say. If you trying to take somebody's belt, they do a lot of stuff a little fugazi compared to how it was once upon a time. But once upon a time, it didn't matter where you fought the champion at. If it was a close fight, you ain't getting it. You gotta go in there and take that. You gotta go in there and take that spot. You do. Floyd, it's rare that you get what Floyd did, a 12-round split decision against Oscar De La Hoya like he did, to take that top spot from Oscar. But he was willing to go out there for short money and do everything Oscar way, because in his heart and his mind, he felt like he was the better man. He wasn't gonna let no money or nothing, because if it's what you say it is, then whatever you lose or whatever in your mind on that fight, and I don't see how you losing when you get a couple of hundreds of $1,000s more than you've been getting. So you don't lose on the money side. You just ain't finna cash out. And if you know you gonna fight on, the boy's still a kid basically to some degree, and got a long future ahead of him. Why are you so much worried about all this money for this one fight that you feel like you feel like you got the better fighter? It don't make no sense. So for me, I just wish sometimes some of the fathers would fall back with the chatter a little bit. Honestly, I rock with Brian Norman, and I'm still gonna rock with him. Got respect for his father. He younger than me, I'm pretty sure. But you capping a little bit. I mean, to some degree, I don't know if they're using Booth's name to keep to keep his son name a little more relevant. I don't know what it is, but he don't believe he don't believe his son could do what he's saying he can do. He don't believe that, because if he did, in my mind, I don't see why in the hell they upped the money a couple of times. You ain't gonna always get what you want, but what you supposed to want is to fight. See, because once you win this fight, now you call the shots. That's how that worked. You would have been a shot caller if you could do what you said y'all could do and took that fight. You would never have to worry about your son getting the short end of the stick with none of these dudes from Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence them on down. Had he went in there and did what you said he could do to Boots, he'd have been the biggest thing in boxing. And you let that slip by. So in my mind, no, he don't believe what he's saying he believe. His son might believe it, but I don't think Dad do, because Dad is the one in my mind that stopped the fight from happening. And now you out here talking about the man. Don't get me wrong. I felt like Boots could have done better in that fight too, but it wasn't a bad fight. And at the same time, the point I'm saying is, shit, you could have had to fight. That's all and that's really all I'm saying. You could have had to fight, and you don't believe it like you saying you do. And I once again, it's the boxing game. I get it. I like the Normans, I do, but I just don't like this, especially when they offered you $1 million. I do know that much. That's good money for somebody like him. At this point in his career, that's a good payday. I don't give a damn what y'all got already. That's a good payday, and you know it is. You ain't getting no whole bunch of calls to go out there and make no $1 million for no fight. That was a damn good payday. I think it was $1 million and change, and all that shit with the taxes. You're gonna pay taxes, period, in life. Bottom line, you're gonna pay taxes on the other. if whatever you get, you gonna pay. Man, hey man, I would have really liked to have seen Boots and Brian Norman fight. Honestly, Boots and his father, they not really confrontational with out the mouth like that. And I was with Bozy when he started talking about negotiating this, that, the third. You really ain't in that position like that. Brian Norman is a good fighter, but he don't really got no following like that. I mean, he don't. He would have. Even if he would have lost the fight with Boots, his name would have been bigger. Would have been bigger. And my thing is, if you, I just don't like him saying I know this and I know that, and coming on the thing like that. It was a little childish in a sense, a little too old for that. I mean, it's one thing that y'all competitors, but I would like to see these guys have respect for one another, especially the adults. I can understand the kids doing stuff like that, but I know good and well you ain't popping like that when you wouldn't take $1 million to go in there and do what you say you can do. Come on, dog. But that's it for me on this video. If you like the video, hit the like and subscribe. Till next time, it's your boy Spill Dog. I'm out.